So back in July, I was on the Packard Pokes At podcast. It's episode 266. And I had such a blast talking with Packard and Connie that we had them come on our show the next night. Unlike Packard's show, we're not live, so I've been sitting on the file for a while now. It's been a crazy couple months since we recorded this, between dealing with some things with my brother, between my dad getting diagnosed with cancer, hiring someone new for the mail truck he drives, getting the kids back to school and spending time with my girlfriend and working on Saskatchewan's secular conference. I've kind of been running my ass off. But everything's back to normal now, at least somewhat, and we're back recording, and I actually have time to work on things. So before I actually get into the show, I just want to thank Packard and Connie for coming on to our show and apologize to them for how long it took to get it out. We had a lot of fun, even though we weren't very organized, and it was basically just goofing off. But give it a listen, and I hope you enjoy it.
We can say definitively that religions are all bullshit.
Amen, brother.
Well, you know me, I don't buy into BS.
I get paid to sign.
I don't fit into human nature.
Do not dumb here, not dumb Mary here.
What the hell was my point?
Welcome to Brainstorm, the home of hardcore skepticism. Woo-free since 2013. These skeptical atheists started a podcast to help spread critical thinking, skepticism, and some philosophic and scientific literacy. Host Cory is joined by Lana, Destin, Raz, Mike, Rennie, and Dave as they discuss news, politics, science, philosophy, and religion in a fun and intelligent way. And now it's time to open your mind to the Brainstorm.
So I'm going to assume we're recording?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad somebody is, because I certainly.
So I guess we'll introduce ourselves. You guys know me.
Who are you again?
Hi, Cory.
I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I'm Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hello, Renee. Hello, Mike.
I feel like we're at like a bad AA meeting.
I've been an alcoholic for 27 years. Oh, this is the AA meeting?
Yeah. Or would that be Atheist Anonymous? I don't know if that works. I'm not sure.
I'm Destin. Everybody calls me Gumby, though.
Oh, hello, Gumby.
Yo,
I'm Raz.
everybody
Raz.
calls him Raz, though.
Yeah, but you can call me Raz.
I'll call you Roz.
Will there be a test later?
Raz,
I'm taking notes now.
Raz.
Yeah.
I'm totally calling you Raz.
Which one is Roz? I don't know anymore.
Dear Lord.
And on Skype, we've got Packard and Connie from the Packard Pokes At podcast.
Yay!
Yay, indeed.
So where are you guys based out of?
I'm based out of Wausau, Wisconsin.
I am in Roy, Washington, which is a subset of Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, okay, so you guys just Skype and do your podcast that way?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I tried the transporter, but the early test failed and everything kept coming out plants. So I figured that wasn't a good idea.
You step into a transporter, though, aren't you just dying?
Yeah.
Are you just like killing yourself?
They didn't put that in the brochure on purpose.
Something like that, yeah. Well, we tried it with a chair that came out of plant. I don't know what happened. I think it de-evolved or something.
Like a Robert plant?
Robert,
Because that'd be awesome.
Robert, yeah, as a matter of fact, it was Robert Plant. Yeah.
Robert Plant is very devolved right now.
It explains a few things. It looks like a goat scrotum.
I've totally got addicted to love stuck in my head right now.
It's not Robert Plant.
That's not Robert Plant.
I don't know why. It's
Robert Palmer.
Palmer. Plant. Palmer.
That's right.
It's Palmer.
Thank you. Palmer.
Brian De Palma, the director? What?
They're all getting potted anyway. It doesn't
Palm
matter.
tree? What are you talking about here?
Potted, not palm
I'm
tree.
just going to free associate for a little while.
Potted, is that what the kids call smoking weed now?
Well, she say she was
I
from
think
Washington.
it's potting, kind of like versing.
Oh, geez.
Versing isn't a thing.
But injecting marijuanas are.
Well, as long as you have at least 2 marijuanas.
I heard somebody died after injecting one marijuana, man. It's a thing. It's real. You all need some Jesus.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Yeah, if you tried to inject a solid into your bloodstream, it probably would kick your ass.
Like a Jesus?
Like a pulmonary embolism. Like it would get stuck somewhere.
I meant injecting a Jesus.
That would get stuck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask the Catholic priest how that works. Anyway.
Shit.
So how long you guys been doing your podcast?
This Packard Pokes At show's been going on for 4 years now, a little over 4 years now. We just had our 4-year anniversary back in, was it June, I believe?
Sure. I've been
Sure.
on it too.
Hookers and pizza?
What was that?
Hookers and pizza? Big party?
Yeah, we had a big party. We invited several hookers, and we had a big cocaine party.
There you go. There you go.
So you invited Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I never got to touch the cocaine. It was all up his nose. So I was like, okay, thanks, Ben. You fucking prick.
Go fuck up Batman.
I'm upset you did not invite Keanu Reeves, though.
I tried. He kept saying I'm not an atheist. So I
got to get this bus up to over 50 miles an hour.
I thought it would be because he was computer Jesus.
I'd worship him.
Easy. This is a family podcast.
Need to keep it rated R or below.
Fully clothed from the waist below. That's fine.
I'm completely clothed. Well, I'm naked under my clothes. Just saying.
Hey. How you doing?
You can call him. You can call him Roz. Well, we're off to a great start.
So this is our show. This is what we do.
We try in vain to stay
Well,
on
not
track,
exactly
and then
this.
No. We're off to a particularly good start tonight.
Absolutely.
Sweet. I'm unfamiliar with a particularly good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never have a good start on my show. It's usually technical problem. Wait, forgot to plug that in.
Yeah, we seem to have had our share tonight.
The best start we had, we missed like the first 20 minutes of it. Tape wasn't rolling.
I take full blame. For that. I kind of like sprung it on Cory at the last minute. He's like, "Oh, sure." He's probably thinking, "How the hell am I going to do this?"
How hard could it be?
That's why we have a mad scientist figuring all that shit out on this end. Because personally, I'm a fucking idiot.
We can attest to that.
Glad we've got Dave to figure this shit out. Otherwise, we'd just be like screaming at our laptop or something.
Oh.
Is this thing on?
The first episode we recorded was with a really crappy gaming headset in the middle of a coffee table.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I hope neither one of you are just recording with a crappy game headset in the middle of your coffee table.
Oh, hell no.
Because then I'll feel really bad.
Oh, no. We're professionals. We do this with by the seat of our pants with chicken wire and bubble gum.
Nice.
So
MacGyver it up, babe.
I can't get that image out of my head now.
Wait, was that chicken, comma, wire, or chicken wire?
Chicken wire and bubblegum. That's the only way we're holding the show together.
Okay.
Punctuation is important.
If it was chicken, comma, wire, that would be bad.
That's a different thing.
Totally
That's a different thing altogether. No,
No hot
chicken
wire.
and then wire. No, that's a wired chicken. That's a that one you need to chase around the yard a little bit more.
So we can say no chickens were harmed in making of this podcast.
So far.
So far. I guess we can't say that yet.
Just getting started. Here,
Night's still young.
Just the one that's already frying. That there's nothing bad happened to that one. It just he's tenderly cooking right now. So
It was sitting on top of Donald Trump's head.
yeah, it was a merciful thing to do.
I think the
That
chicken
poor
might be
chicken.
making all the decisions there too.
Brock, say something stupid about the Mexicans. Brock.
Well, we'll know in a couple weeks when he makes an announcement that the chicken is his running mate.
Yeah, he actually said the last time he ran, he was going to try to get Oprah Winfrey to run as vice president. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, really? She never replied to him, but I'm like, yeah, that's what we need is a batshit crazy and batshit crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what
Dr.
would,
Oz could be Secretary of State.
Batshit woo.
but then again, what would she be saying? Once she's elected, free car for you, free car for you. No, that's not going to work as well.
I'd like to see Deepak, actually.
The Republicans would be screaming, socialism!
Like they're going to do anyway.
Like they're going to do anyway.
Doesn't matter who's in. They're
Yeah.
a socialist and they're a communist, and stop using those words, you fucking morons. Well, that's the problem, is nobody understands what those words mean. They've effectively lost all meaning through misuse.
Well, they're more than 2 syllables.
For starters. They get a bad rap because of prior associations with assholes. I mean, you don't want to have everything socialized, clearly, but some things have to be.
Yeah, we have
That's
those
a problem.
things. Yeah, we do have a lot of socialized stuff down here. The Republicans just hate to admit it. We have socialized roads, sidewalks, schools.
You have a military.
Military.
What's a privatized police force going to look like?
Yeah, it's funny. Your biggest industry is socialized or socialist, and nobody seems to realize it. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Money into education is socialism. Money into defense is not.
Up their sleeve.
Yeah.
Of course, we got a crappy government up here, too, so we're not, like, pointing fingers or anything.
Yeah.
Harper's Bush just 5 years after the fact.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like, our prime minister just sold the rights to, like, 99% of our lakes.
To
Private
where?
companies. Private companies.
Oh,
Well, Nestle has to get their water somewhere. They're having problems in California.
wow.
Well, the stupid thing is we have, like, what is it, like 15% of the world's fresh water?
And now it's privately
And
owned.
now it's privately owned. Yeah.
It's just imagine George W. Bush with, like, I don't know, 15 more IQ points and not quite as much personality.
That describes most house plants, though.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
that sounds about right.
Our country voted
For the house plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I preferred the one where they always say that he's actually a robot. That's always pretty funny. That's more accurate.
He's one of those reptilians that David Icke keeps talking about.
I would say it's
Babies'
because it's the
heads.
reptilian, not the robot, because the robot would look at that and go, fuck no, he ain't part of us. You have him.
Robots are usually logical.
The only robotic country leader ever was Reagan anyway.
He did have some kind of stick up his ass. I'm just saying.
He was a cyborg.
I'll say Robin Williams said it best. When Disney died, he said, "Make me a president." You know.
Oh god. Yeah, I want to apologize apologize right now for the United States. We're infecting the entire world with our shit.
Yeah.
It's just, I think that's
Hardly your fault.
Well, because our country is like
Brave that you're willing to step up to the plate and take it on the chin like that, but I don't think anyone was blaming you.
Specifically, it is all your fault.
It is.
Well, the United States is the digestive system, and when something bad happens down here, it's got to go somewhere. So it's vomiting.
Doesn't it
It's either up or down, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Florida's the wiener, that'd make Mexico. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Florida, the wang of the United States.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the toupee.
Your wiener is going to be underwater shortly.
That would be Maine. That's the toupee. It's right near the top there. So.
Our politics tends to mirror yours, usually about 3 to 5 years removed. So
I've been noticing that it's scarily similar in so many ways.
Well, like you're our biggest trading partner,
Once.
just like Iran is your biggest trading partner.
Mm-hmm.
So that should tell you something.
Too soon?
Just a little bit. The ink isn't even dry on that yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not even dry yet. Yeah, we're still waiting for that to come out.
Street Hill 15 chemtrails, black helicopters.
Like a bad Polaroid waiting for it to dry out.
I had somebody. I was talking to somebody just the other day about that. He's like, "This is a bad deal. I'll get my friend. He knows about all this stuff, and he used to live over there. And he's like, you tell this guy he's wrong." And he gets on there and says, "Actually, no, they don't want to fight. They everything he said is right. They don't want to fight. They're willing to start cooperating." He never fucking came back.
Fucking Obama.
Obama, thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks,
Hashtag
Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, obviously, you guys would know a lot more Americans than we would, but is
I know 3.
No. Illegal ones count too.
Oh, then that's 150.
I'm just wondering: is Donald Trump seriously a contender, or do you? Just
No,
Yeah.
he's
Wasn't he at the top of some polls recently?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
he is
the
at
thing.
the top of the polls, but I'm willing to bet you he's not really. He says he's running. I don't think he's really running. I think he's doing this. He's going to get everybody in a froth, and at the last minute, he's going to fucking pull out and say, he goes, "Aha, you fuckers! You thought I was actually going to run? You fucking people are just fucking stupid.
You're fired.
You're all fired."
Bunch of losers, eh?
Bunch of losers.
Actually, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
You know what? That's just it. Is that would be hilarious if this was the ultimate
Hasn't
Republican
he already
troll.
done that?
Well, if he's doing it
Yeah, he
just
did that
to,
last time.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's-
did that last time.
if he's doing it to make a point.
Yeah, I would say since Donald Trump got into this one, I'm thinking, Donald Trump, you're the best thing that ever happened to Democrats.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, the thing is all the other Republicans, they've got to just dial the crazy right the fuck up if they even want to get noticed.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And now Donald Trump is saying that now he's going to go independent. He's going to run as an independent third party.
He's a maverick.
And Republicans, who have been, what's this?
Oh, he's going to divide their base.
Yeah, he's going to divide their base.
So in other words, Ross Perot's going to phone him up and fuck you. That was my idea.
So half their bases belong to him.
Oh, boy.
Oh man,
That's
it's
so
going to be
crazy,
great.
it just might
This is going to
work.
be the funnest election that's happened in a long time.
You know what? For the first time, I used to live down in Florida. I used to live in Hollywood Beach. And
my,
for the
my,
first,
my condolences. You lived in Florida.
It was actually okay before he got there. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
It's not causation necessarily.
correlation is not causation. But for the first time since then, I wish I would lived in a state so I could vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish you guys luck with the feel the burn.
Yeah, that's right.
I
The thing
hope
is,
that shit happens for you guys.
I kind of like Bernie Sanders, except for the fact that I heard he was at some kind of rally just recently, and somebody started heckling him, and he didn't handle it very well. I mean, for me, if you can't handle a heckler, you're not going to be able to handle some of these other countries that do all this weird ass shit. So I'm just saying, I don't think he's going to have really that much of a chance. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but a lot of people love the fuck out of him. But
yeah, if he can't handle a heckler, then Congress is probably going to make him break down and cry at some point.
Yeah.
It's taken Obama a few years to be able to handle hecklers, but he's gotten good.
Oh yeah, he's gotten really good.
Well, I think the problem is,
Actually,
didn't our prime minister throw somebody in jail?
His way, because if he seems even a little bit hawkish, they'll be like, "Oh, he has a backbone."
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, I both wish were. I wish Elizabeth Warren was also running.
Yeah.
And she said, like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it." I love how Bernie Sanders, most of his backers are unions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that was my thing. Okay, but where I live, it's not. We don't have primary voting, and so unfortunately, it's a different system in my state. But yeah, I want to see Bernie Sanders get on the ticket.
Yeah, I would like to see him on the ticket as well. Just give people a choice. We have 3, 4 Democrats running right now.
I thought it was up to 5.
Is it up to 5?
I want to say it was up to 5, but I'm not 100%
That's crazy.
sure.
I don't know anybody except Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, there was.
You don't hear about him.
Yeah, you don't hear about him. That's what I'm saying. I think it's either 4 or 5. But I don't know. They were up to 14, 15 Republicards right now.
Yeah.
It's and we mentioned this on the show a couple of weeks ago. It's not a clown car anymore. It's a clown train.
It's like that California governor's election there a few years back.
Oh, yeah. With the porn star.
Yeah, the porn star Gallagher was running.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's a reality TV show in its own making.
Oh, Gallagher, smashing.
I would vote Gallagher before I vote for those other Republicans.
Yeah, that's right. Gallagher would have been great.
It's self-memeing.
Smashing watermelons on the White House lawn, day in and day out.
What's your foreign policy? The Sledge-O-Matic.
If you like the Brainstorm podcast and want to get more of it, you can go to patreon.com/Brainstorm podcast for bonus material, early ad-free episodes, and a shout-out in the next episode. Special Brainstorm gear bonuses for different Patreon levels are available. You can get your own Brainstorm shirts, mugs, and lots more from cafepress.ca/Brainstorm podcast gear. Thanks for your support.
I'm Dustin.
And I'm Wesley.
We host the Atheist Nomads podcast.
We're godless geeks who take a skeptical look at
politics, religion, science, technology, and history.
We also interview leaders in the atheist, skeptic, and humanist community.
Check us out at atheistnomads.com.
That's atheistnomads.com.
We are given one life, full of billions of small and large decisions. To be somebody, to change, to be kind, to give hope, to become a better person, and to leave a lasting impact on this planet. It is a decision to be made every single day while your heart is still beating. We've made our decision. Absence of Clothing, atheist and science-based apparel and merchandise, donating 50% of our profits to charity. Look good and feel good, without God. Check us out at absenceofclothing.com and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest for discount codes and other sweet swag.
Use the code BRAINSTORM at absenceofclothing.com and get 10% off.
So in your state, you don't get to vote in the primaries?
Connie,
I'm laughing and I hate Gallagher.
He was asking if you don't get to vote in the primaries. He was asking you if you don't get the vote in the primaries.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking it up, and I think that in my state we have delegates or something. It's different. I'm sorry. I'm very shaky on my own country's civics. Although I homeschool, and so I made sure we had a civics course a couple of years ago with my kids, and but it's each state does it differently. So I would think if I wanted to, I'd have to be a delegate and vote, and I don't really think I have that time, to do that. So I need to look into that because I really do want Bernie Sanders to get on there. I'm showing my ignorance now. That's really great.
I had no time to prepare. Don't you lady behind me.
What state are you in?
Quoting Ernest Oral. Yeah. Again, I don't know why it's not across the board, but I know that everybody has different ways that they get, your votes for who's going to be on the ballot come November. So
you're in Washington, correct?
Yeah. I'm not even, I'm not sure if we do that or not either. I know we vote in November and that's it, and that's all I know. So
see, this is what's wrong with America.
I fake ignorance on my state. I apologize.
Your country suffers from electoral difficulties.
Electoral difficulties.
We're having electoral difficulties. It's called Republicans.
Yeah, instead of a blue pill, you need a red, white, and blue pill.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which one has Keanu Reeves?
It's actually more of a suppository.
I'm just saying it's a good thing I was born here because I'd never get in. I feel like an anchor baby now. Thank you very much.
There's a few states down there that have legal weed, so I mean that's a sign of good change.
That's progress.
Actually, Connie's state is a weed legal state.
Right.
Yes, I have to apologize because I know you're talking, but it's sounds like you're in a can. So, Washington.
Well, let me take this can off. There's not better.
Much better. Thank you for stepping out of the can.
Oh God.
Did you flush? Sorry.
More important to wash.
Yes, more importantly to wash, yes.
Sure.
See, this is more what our podcast is like every time.
Yeah.
This is what our staff meeting is like. This is what our staff meeting is like every Wednesday.
Yeah, every once in a while we'll do a topic, but for the most part.
Oh, a topic. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two once in a while. Yeah, we eventually get around to talking about a topic after about an hour or so.
Yeah, and we all have specific roles. Mine is to derail the entire conversation every time.
You have heard the show.
Oh, okay.
You guys don't have the format copyrighted or anything, eh? Okay, good.
I would feel honored actually if somebody actually said, "Hey, that works pretty good."
Oh, yeah. Watch out for patent trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out for that lawyer Dewey Cheatham and Howe.
We'd actually love it if somebody tried to copy our technique because that would mean that somebody was listening.
Yeah.
Besides us.
I actually had somebody on from YouTube as a guest, and he told me later on, it's like, yeah, your video and the way you do your show, we started doing. They started to do this thing called drinking with coast to coast, and they said the timer thing because you did the timer thing. This is that I copied that and that integrated that into the show. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I actually inspired somebody.
It freaked me out, though. Every time. I'm like, oh my God, it's a test. There's a timer going.
Yeah, we got rid of the timer, actually.
Actually, I was going to use the timer idea. I was thinking about that.
No, please don't.
It would never work with this group.
Yeah, we would just throw the timer away.
It would never have worked.
Or just ignore it.
What's that annoying beeping?
That's just gonna be talking.
Cory, I'm going to smash your phone.
Put him first. Time will go and be gone.
Yeah, so
So has society in Washington completely imploded now that weed is legal there? Like, what's it like from the front lines of Armageddon?
I have no idea. I don't live in Washington State, unless you mean Washington State or Washington D.C.
Oh, wherever your cohort's from.
Oh, she's Washington State. That's the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Is this another pot question? Because I don't do pot.
No, well,
It's okay. It's legal. You don't have to deny it.
There's got to be potheads all over the place that are just, killing each other and raping and all that sort of shit, right?
Oh yeah. That's what's happening.
And they're all
like,
atheists.
Cats and dogs are marrying and living together. And
It's total pandemonium.
Kurt Russell's coming for Escape from Spokane.
Actually, the eastern side of the state is more conservative. That's where the GOPs hide. Yeah.
I thought that part of the state smelled. I just saying.
Yeah, well, that's why we're burning it.
Ah.
We're actively burning it with our satanic, pot.
So you're smoking it then.
Isn't everybody being forced to get gay married though? Isn't that the new thing?
It's a covert operation.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, but I'm being forced to be gay married next week. Actually,
Actually, really like Penn Jillette's take on it. He's against gay marriage, but he's also against normal marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm for equal rights. I'm against marriage.
That's my girlfriend's take on it too.
Within a dream.
Marriage shouldn't be legal. It should just be a religious matter. Like, wow, the shit we have together is so good, we should bring lawyers and judges and the government into the shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, why?
Our relationship's so awesome, I want the government involved.
So if it goes south, she can take half. That's why.
I guess what would the divorce lawyers do? They'd be out there panhandling.
Oh.
Sue for $1?
The world's tiniest violin.
Having been through one, I have zero pity.
A divorce lawyer?
Yeah.
Right through it.
Actually, I'd give him $10 to let me punch him in the dick.
The divorce lawyer's like,
I could go broke with that sort of opportunity.
Now I guess I get to increase my rates.
Increases percentages at least.
If they're good at getting punched in the dick.
Think of the boost polygamy you'll bring.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
I'm waiting for them to pass the polygamy law so I can still not get married to multiple people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now you think like a true American. God. Uncle Sam picture. Do you want to get divorced? Is your third wife giving you hell? Lawyer, God.
Some guys can't handle one woman. They want to double their money on that. No, I don't think so.
Wouldn't that mean that all the polygamous divorce lawyers would be all from like, where's that Mormon state?
Utah.
There we go. I just blanked for a second. Utah.
I knew you were going there. I was just like, okay, he's talking about Utah.
Yeah. The whitest state in the union.
Isn't that Arkansas?
Oh, thanks.
Maybe. Is that the most inbred state in the union?
No, that's totally Idaho.
If it's the whitest state in the union, now I have to move there because I'm literally the whitest man in America. I'm just saying. I don't get sun. I literally glow in the dark.
Michael Jackson's not dead.
He started a podcast.
Say podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't get much sun. That's what happens to us podcasters.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson got lots of sons.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he went there. Oh, he went there.
I remember him when he was black.
Oh,
See, that's why we bring Gumby along. He derails everything.
He says all the
That's
things
his
you're not
purpose.
supposed to.
yeah, that's right.
He is the cow on the train track of rational discussion.
Now that's a clip I'm casing.
Yeah, that
An ADD cow. Moo, squirrel.
Oh, dude.
Now I've got Michael Jackson songs flipping through my head, and none of them are appropriate.
I'm thinking of the Jesus juice he was trying to offer the kid.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
saying.
Yeah. That was a tip he got from Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Honestly, I was thinking more like Ratzenberger.
Oh, no.
Wasn't John Ratzenberger Cliff from Cheers?
No, I was thinking like the former Pope.
Oh.
That would be the Pope, yeah.
I hope you mean the
Yeah, I was going to say, that would be the Pope.
Yeah.
Not Cliff Clavin.
Not Cliff.
No, you're not trying to implicate Cliffy into this shit.
No.
If MJ was tight with the Pope, it would have been John Paul. He helped defend his type.
No, that was also the second.
Oh yeah, it was too. Yeah.
Wait, what are you insinuating? Nothing was ever proven for Michael Jackson.
Twice he was acquitted.
Twice
Yeah.
he was acquitted.
That's only because I personally, I think he bought his way out of that. That's the only reason why.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He settled it. It's like, here's $50,000 million. Shut the fuck up.
That'll buy a lot of therapy.
It's not hush money. He likes to party.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never hush money when they stops talking about it. The guy will come out later, in a couple more years, I'm sure. It's like, well, you know what?
Write a tell-all book as an adult or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A guy who has a theme park to attract children. That's an expert level pedophile.
Yeah, that's not a free hug spray.
Yeah, the van just wasn't obvious enough.
Although he's got one of those too. Has to have someplace to keep his little shoes.
Suddenly, this entire podcast
The
is
most tasteless episode ever.
Yeah. none of this can go ever onto the internet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dig up Neverland Ranch and there's gas chambers and like a swastika laden shrine.
Ooh.
That's why it became white.
Oh, jeez.
Too far, man.
Yeah. You crossed that line.
That's coming from
like
me.
the first time ever.
You wait about 100 years for that. Just saying.
We went from funny to not funny.
Shit just got real fucking dark over here. Expecting you to click your heels together and salute.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Freaking out about invading Poland or something.
Only if Dorothy's Heil Hitler. What?
Yeah, things got crossed over pretty hard there.
I'm thinking that would be the gritty reboot.
Oh, God.
Quentin Tarantino directs.
Directs Wizard of Oz.
All right, Segway level expert.
Ben Affleck
Anyone?
is Michael
Anyone?
Jackson.
Oh, God. Wow. I
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to segue away from Hitler and Wonderland.
I know, but we might be getting a movie deal.
Shit, I should have been writing this down. This stuff is gold.
We get a bunch of lens flares. We get what's his name?
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Abrams, yeah. The lens flare king.
More lens flare, yeah.
Lots of lens flares, a little bit more confusion. It's like Lost. And suddenly silence fills the room.
I thought Lost was just nothing but lens flares.
There's definitely lots of confusion.
Haven't
It was
seen
the Rick roll of TV series.
Well, I guess I won't watch it then.
I tried watching
Thanks,
a couple
man.
shows, like, what the fuck is this garbage? So I was like, I can't watch this shit anymore.
Well, the first 3 seasons, they set the hook pretty good and drag you along, and then by the end, you realize someone's elbow deep, and and it just wasn't cool. It just was
I
horrible.
totally
at the
couldn't
end.
take it either. I just went back to watching The Bachelorette.
I wanted to watch something that made sense.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Oh, jeez.
Something on your intellectual level.
Life with the Osbournes.
Silence fills the room on that one, too.
I used to actually enjoy watching the Life with the Osbournes.
Really?
Yeah.
I almost
You
screamed
can
out
never understand what Ozzy was saying,
because
though.
he was fucking stoned.
You know how good of a show Pawn
Sharon
Stars
was a good judge
was?
on America's Got Talent.
It would have been great if they would have taken Pawn Stars and put it in different states. So you
that would have been good.
It's like Pawn Stars, Detroit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, except everything that people brought in would have been guns, and we wouldn't have had to call his buddy who's an expert on guns. It's guns. He fucking knows guns. It's Detroit. Jesus, it wouldn't have been much of a show.
Up here would be if the Pawn Stars came to Wisconsin, people would be bringing in cheese wheels. I'm just saying.
Well, don't you guys have cheese banks there?
Yeah, we have a cheese bank, and then we have a beer bank, and well, that's it. We just have cheese banks.
That sounds
and beer
like a good bank.
No, they actually exist because cheese is so fucking expensive. Like a full giant wheel, it's thousands of dollars.
What?
You see people walk in and then they stumble out, and it's like you're supposed to do a draw. Oh yeah, I did. I just drank it all there.
That's called a bar.
The only thing I know about Wisconsin is that they've hosted Gen Con for a very long time.
Right?
Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a podcaster. I never leave the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I would definitely leave the house for Gen Con, but I'm a big D&D nerd, so.
Yeah, actually, I think there was one in Green Bay a couple of years back, and I think they had one this last year as well.
It's they have it or had it in Lake Geneva.
Yeah, it was the Geneva Convention. Yeah. As funny as that is.
This looks like a good place for the music break. I just got a license from SOCAN, the Society of Composers, Authors, and Music Publishers of Canada, to play whatever music we want. So for this episode, I'm giving you one of my old school favorites. It's a bit heavy, so if you're not into metal, just skip ahead about 5 minutes. A short thanks before the music. Thanks to Toby for giving me the info on getting a music license, and thanks to Keziah at SOCAN for hooking me up and being patient with my inane questions. Here's their song for the episode, Walk With Me in Hell by Lamb of God.
So cheese banks are a real thing. Go figure.
Do you write checks on Cheese Whiz?
Yeah, you do right. You write your checks with Cheese Whiz.
Only Americans would think Cheese Whiz was cheese.
And it's American cheese, and you don't write it on just on a piece of paper. It's cheese slices. Yeah. You know.
If you've ever watched Corner Gas, you realize there's Canadians who would think Cheese Whiz is cheese. Corner Gas
That's a comedy,
is a good
though.
It's one step above spray cheese.
That shit's real.
Aerosol cheese doing whippets out of the cheese.
Grabbed the wrong can for the tan.
Worst whippets ever.
Man, the spray tan made me yellow.
Now we're all stuck with that vision in our head.
I choke trying to drink my beer, you fuckers.
That's what I do.
Oh, shit.
Kill people with their own drinks.
That's a superpower.
That is a superpower. That's legit.
Is it vague?
Our earlier conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
All right. Well, what do we want to talk about, guys?
Oh, if we're getting into topics, I might as well just go home.
There's topics?
Wait. Topics? Wait. I didn't prepare for topics. I just came here
Neither did anybody else. Don't worry.
It's okay. Nobody else did either.
Hey, what do you guys do?
Aren't we going to get into topics after the break?
Yeah, we can wait.
You
Yeah.
want me to take it first, or you want to take it first, Packard?
What? Doing what?
What do we do?
What do we do?
What do you guys do for work?
For the show? Or just in real life?
In real life.
Oh, in real life? Well, I drive a truck.
Okay, I drive a Hyundai. Or a Mazda.
No. That's what I mean. I drive a cube van for work. That's my job. I'm a truck driver.
I used to do that.
You did that like a week ago.
And I'm a homemaker. I'm a wife. I'm an artist, and I have a YouTube channel. Been homeschooling my kids. They're my youngest two, their entire life. So yeah, that's me.
Sounds like a liberal.
You caught me.
I don't know. If I lived in Washington State, I wouldn't want my kids going to public school either.
Well, at least you're not living in Texas. I mean, public school.
They want to know how to use the computers if they lived in Texas.
Oh yeah, I also
Where's
do this
the trigger?
Oh yeah, I also do this thing called a podcast. Also, I may have mentioned it a few times, just in case I did.
Yeah. The Packard's Poke At. Packard
Pokes At. Yes,
I'll say it right eventually.
So I got to admit, I haven't heard your podcast before. What's the format?
Me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just.
Yeah, there's only like 3 million hours of podcasts getting uploaded daily.
How can you catch it all? I mean,
yeah,
you're like Pokemon.
Like you had time to prepare. You're like, Cory's like, yeah, Packard Sonic from Packard Pokes are going to be on. Like, who?
You can't even say it.
Easy for you to say.
I just said the show that I was on last night. And they all said, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh, you were on the show last night. Well, that's fascinating.
You should have shared the link, Cory.
I thought Cory quit the drugs.
But they didn't quit him.
I can't quit you.
Randy on Trailer Park Boys has whored himself out for cheeseburgers.
I am missing you at all.
So what's the format of your podcast? What do you?
Oh well, we do a little bit of news and secular news. Well, regular news, secular news, and a little bit of atheism in there. And we have this segment we do on a short show. It's called Mr. Priestley. We basically take stuff that's from the Bible or based on our news events, and we script a show around that, and we basically pull shit out of the Bible to show how fucking evil it really is.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
That might actually be funny to do. Like just random Bible verses. You just have a wheel and just and today just random Bible.
I think
verse.
that's something important to do.
Actually, Mr. Priestley thinks that Pat Robertson is far too liberal. I mean, Mr. Priestley Mr. Priestley wants everybody. We did this one segment where it's like a person supposedly wrote in and says, "Well, I have some gay neighbors that moved in. What should I do?" And they say, "Well, you should put them to death because the Bible says so." I was like, "What?"
You should definitely stone them.
Yeah, for the first 4 indentations of him, he's like pretty much had everybody killed.
Unless they come to knocking at your door asking to bang a couple of angels that are taking residence in your place, and you just had.
Oh, that's a good one. You know what? We should probably do that one.
No, you can't screw these guys. But here's my daughters.
Yeah.
And then what was it like a week later? They were both getting them drunk and banging them, trying to get pregnant. Great values there, guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a great one. I try to point that out to Christians a lot. It's like this guy is not moral. Like, well, he was really moral.
It's allegorical.
Yeah, it's allegorical.
His wife turning into stone. Oh, that's real. But the rest, it's all metaphor. What?
So what are we supposed to learn from it then?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
If it's allegory, there's a lesson, right?
Yeah, there's a lesson. So what the fuck is the lesson there of giving up your daughters?
If you hand your daughters over to strangers to be raped, they'll get you drunk later. I don't know. I'm not a biblical scholar. Probably not qualified to interpret the holy passages.
That sounds like as good a guess as I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's like Deep South interpretation right there. Yeah. Virgin daughters ain't got none of them.
The thing is, in that story, it comes out later that they were actually married. So most likely they were not virgins. So he fucking not only was going to sacrifice his daughters to a crowd, but he also lied saying, "Oh yeah, they're virgins." So he's lying, and he's going to sacrifice his women, his daughters. This is not. This guy is not moral.
Sold the mob
a bill of goods. Was such a godly man.
No, if that was God's best, shit, I'd hate to see his worst.
Yeah, ugly story.
It is an ugly story.
O'Reilly.
Cue Pat Robertson.
We do have the worst. We do have his worst. You're right. It's Pat Robertson.
He's gone.
Unfortunately, Pat Robertson is still alive.
Really? I thought he died.
No, Pat Robertson is
that was a prank.
You're thinking.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
April Fool's.
The motherfucker's still alive.
Yeah, that motherfucker's still alive. You're thinking.
I said I had to throw away my memes based on that shit.
Well,
I know what you're talking about.
It's not like he's getting younger.
Yeah, no, you're probably thinking of Harold Camping, the guy that kept predicting the end of the fucking world. Failed. I don't know, 4 times. Kept saying it.
Yeah, no,
he's going to be right eventually.
Well, he was finally right for himself.
Yeah, the fourth time he was right for himself. Yeah,
I've lived through so many apocalypses now. Should I say apocalypse? I don't know how that works.
Or there was only meant to be one.
It's apocalypses.
Apocalypses.
Or somehow
so
you're just immortal, Mike. You're somehow immortal.
Yeah.
Immoral.
It was the same. There was also a prank that went around that said that James Maynard Keenan died. And then you click on it and it says, "You've been pranked." Just like the Pat Robertson one. But I clicked on the James Maynard Keenan one, not the Pat Robertson one.
Yeah, because I was actually upset about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what?
But I shared the Pat Robertson.
But Tool was going to come out with a new album.
Right, exactly. James Maynard Keenan can't die.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowed. But it was just a nasty prank. And
Speaking of the end of the world.
Well, thank God.
You gotta cool off your.
There's a great meme when the supposed end of the world came out was going to happen. There's this great one is like, oh my God, free pants. I'm just.
That's awesome.
That's like during the rapture.
Yeah.
Free pants for everybody.
Speaking of the rapture, you guys heard about that? It was in the States, obviously, but there was this guy that started a rapture pet company.
Oh yeah,
where that?
That's a great idea.
It was insurance,
except it was all bogus.
Really?
He came out and admitted that it was bogus. But
Oh, he never actually did that?
no, it's a brilliant fucking idea. The problem is it has to be insurance. It's an insurance.
Yep,
and that's insurance fraud.
You can also buy alien abduction insurance.
Yeah, you can. There was actually now this,
and it's only about $12 a month.
Now this,
I just don't want to know how you have to prove you've been probed.
There was actually a guy up in northern Wisconsin, in Superior, Wisconsin. He had a jewelry store, and because he thought the end of the world was coming, he was selling off everything he had, like half price or less. All the jewelry in his jewelry store. I was like, damn, I wanted to get up there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like everybody's overheating in here, so we're going to probably take a break. I'll get you to... Why don't you tell us where we can find your show and stuff?
Yeah, you can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and there's a not Podbean, some other podcast place that just picked me up recently. I don't even know where the place is off the top of my head. Just type in Packard Pokes At into your Google. We are literally everywhere. You can't swing a dead cat or a dead Presbyterian.
What do you guys do down there?
And we're on Facebook, and you can find Packard Pokes At on Twitter and wherever podcasters are sold, I guess.
wherever your local podcast or realtor is.
Right.
Well, we're all pretty cheap, so
you can buy us really cheap.
You can buy the show on cheap.
That's right. Actually, I'm on Facebook as Connie Walker, but on YouTube, I'm Practical Magic 9. Practical Magic is one of my favorite fiction books, and I just always say that if magic people were real, they'd be practical. So that's what that's about. But cool. Yeah, you can find me at Packard Pokes At.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Cory will have all that in the show notes.
Yeah,
in about a month.
I love doing that. I love volunteering him to do stuff like that. He'll just write all that stuff down.
Yeah, there is one other thing. We do the show. We do it live most every Friday night, with the exception of like holidays or whatever. But it's at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time at vaughnlive.tv/Packard Pokes at 9 p.m. or give or take whenever we just get started. But it's right around 9. It's right around 9 o'clock. And if you like to drink, that's the show you want to come to, because if we have technical problems. And we have technical problems. That's when you start drinking.
Well, there's already a drinking game associated with it.
Yeah, there's a drinking game associated with it.
Well, the legwork's been done.
Nobody walks out sober. I'm just saying.
Maybe no one walks out.
Well, we have had a few people keel off. They're like, "Hello, are you still there?" They're logged in, but there's nobody home anymore.
Spontaneous human combustion.
Poof. Yeah.
The only explanation. All right. Well, thanks for coming, you guys.
Yeah, you guys were a ton of fun. Thanks.
Well, thank you for having us. We're glad to be back again sometime, maybe.
For sure.
All right. Cool beans.
Right on. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.
Good night.
And that's all for the regular feed version of this episode. A big thank you to Packard and Connie for joining us. I'm sorry it took so long to get this out. Make sure to check their show out at packardpokesat.wordpress.com, or just Google Packard Pokes At. I'll also put some links in the show notes. If you want to keep up to date with our show, come on over and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/brainstormpodcast, or follow us on Twitter at brainstormpod. This show was recorded in Roman Empire Studios with intro music provided by Dave Roman and Alex Capper-Murdoch, and the outro music provided by Jason Camo and can be found at aloststateofmind.com. If you become a patron, you can get the full, unedited version of the show. Usually, we record between 2 and 3 hours, but only an hour makes it into the regular feed. I'm going to start putting all the content on the Patreon feed, along with some lost episodes that never made it out. Just go to patreon.com/brainstormpodcast and become a patron for just $1 an episode. Any new patrons will get a shout out in the next episode. If you can't afford to help us out on Patreon, go to iTunes and Stitcher and give us a rating and write a review. Or you can get your Brainstorm gear from cafepress.ca/brainstormpodcastgear, or go to our website and click on the Cafe Press link. Remember to send us pics of you wearing your Brainstorm gear, and we'll throw them up on the listener page. I also have some t-shirts left from last year's mental health campaign. They're all either a large or a medium, but if you think that sounds like it'd be a good fit, then make sure to share the show and send me an email at mail@brainstormblog.net. This episode's podcast shoutout goes to a few podcasts who have been promoting our local conference. I'll play the ad for it at the end of the outro. A big thanks to In the Name of God podcast, the Legion of Reason podcast, those are our friends from Alberta, and the Atheist Nomads podcast. Thanks to everyone who shares the show and the conference. We're hoping that maybe our little secular community can start making an impact. We want to know what you love and hate about the show, so if you've got any comments, criticism, praise, accolades, corrections, mail us at mail@brainstormblog.net, or go to the website brainstormblog.net and click the contact tab. We definitely will respond to your email in a future episode. Thanks for listening and have a good one. The Brainstorm Podcast presents the Shift to Reason, Saskatchewan's first secular conference. It's happening on April 30th, 2016, and features some great speakers that include Seth Andrews, Nate Phelps, and Levada Lewenning, along with others. This one-day event in Regina includes lunch and a VIP after-party with the speakers. Tickets are available at shifttoreason.eventbrite.ca and start at $95 for early bird tickets, with student pricing and limited VIP tickets. Keep up to date with the conference on our Facebook page, facebook.com/shifttoreason.
This is an opinion-based podcast. Each person on the podcast is responsible for their own opinions, and those opinions don't necessarily reflect the views of the rest of the panel, any guests, or anyone associated with the people on the podcast, such as spouses, partners, children, other family members, friends, or employers. No one person speaks for the podcast, with the possible exception of Cory, and he doesn't speak for anyone else on the show. The Brainstorm podcast does not represent the views of our sponsors.